Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to start off by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make their call and election sure. Shalom. This is your brother Hashah from the great millstone, Savannah Camp. Coming back in the spirit with another lesson, Lord willing, I pray and hope that it's edifying and exhorting. All right, and I want to read um this verse before I go into my lesson. This is Second Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, "And he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars in the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an ending, and a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." All right, and we are living, all right, in the end. All right, the end of Esau Edom's rule, his society, his world. Okay, and uh, like the scripture just read, that these things have plain beginnings and endings. All right, um, and they're manifest. All right, meaning that you can see them. All right, and you know, based on the things that are going on and taking place in the world, you can see. All right, uh, that this place is coming to an end. All right, and I wanted to play this video. All right, going into the signs. All right, the signs that we are at the end. All right, the earth is showing forth their signs. All right, the animals. Okay, the different floods, the current events, everything, the war, the uproars of the people. All right, everything is showing forth that we're at the end. All right, whether these people know it or hear it or want to acknowledge it. All right, it's here. Okay, and the Lord is beginning to visit. All right, this place which He made. All right, so I'm gonna play this video.
Of Yellowstone.
So we don't want to scare anyone or cause a mass panic right now, but we need to.
Apparently this week, there was very erratic data at the super volcano of Yellowstone.
So we don't want to scare anyone or cause a mass panic right now, but we need to talk about Yellowstone. This is a seismograph, and this measures the vibrations in the Earth's surface. This was taken from Yellowstone on June 1st, and this is what it normally looks like. We have tiny little ticks running all the time, and those are just little micro tremors in the ground. But on June 20th, some weird activity started happening, and just wait for it. This is today, July 3rd. Let me just play it back for you. This is what it should look like, and this is what it looks like today. Now, unless you live under a rock, you know that Yellowstone is a supervolcano. According to researchers, it erupts around every 600,000 years, and you guessed it, we're at 640,000 years right now.
What would happen to the world if the Yellowstone volcano erupted? Most people don't know that there is a supervolcano beneath this lake, which is in Yellowstone Park, which is located in Wyoming, which is in the US. The Yellowstone volcano is absolutely massive, as it's 37 miles long, 18 miles wide, and 4 miles deep. So if it were to erupt, the surrounding states of Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming that are closest to Yellowstone would be affected by pyroclastic flows, while other places in the United States would be impacted by falling ash. The amount of ash would decrease with distance from the eruption site, and due to the smoke emitted into the atmosphere, a lot of sunlight would end up reflecting back into space. This means that the entire Earth would cool by at least 10 degrees for at least 10 years.
Is that what the summer freeze is all about?
Now elk are leaving Yellowstone National Park in droves, thousands and thousands of them. They're following the grizzly bears and the mountain lions that started leaving last week, and it is baffling the scientific community. They can't explain why all these animal-age creature critters are fleeing Yellowstone National Park. You can see them here crossing lanes safely. You have men elk and women elk. The women elk don't have antlers. That's how you can tell the difference. But I called the park president, the head ranger, Joe Montana is his name, not to be confused with the football player. He said he's sick of people confusing him for the football player. And I said, "What is going on?" And he said, "We don't know. We've hired a Dr. Reemy Deemy to help us get to the bottom of it. But it's paused our $7 million plan to introduce spider monkeys to the park. They had a project to introduce spider monkeys because he said everyone in the U.S. loves monkeys. We don't have them in the wildernesses in the U.S., and so we thought it would be a great way to attract park visitors. But now we can't do it." They said this elk was going around trying to get a ride, is what they were feeling. It didn't want to walk. All the elk are headed in the direction of Salt Lake City, Utah, and so Salt Lake now is going to have to figure out what to do with all these bears, mountain lions, and elk. But this one was asking for a ride, and no one gave it a ride, so they said it just scuttled on off. But I called my cousin who works at PetSmart in the fish section. I said, "What is going on? What do we know about elk?" And she said, "Well, one, elk eat grass, but bears eat elk," which I thought was just super interesting. Now,
All right. So, as you can see, all right, something big is taking place in Wyoming, okay, at the Yellowstone National Park, and whether that be, the earthquake erupting or, something is about to take place, okay, and like the scripture said, these things have plain beginnings and endings, and what does it says? Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 5. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end," right? From when a baby grows in a woman's womb, right? It has a beginning, right? You can see, the belly start to swell, right? When a person gets old and near their death, all right, there's signs. There's sicknesses, illness. They become frail. All right, they shrink in stature. You know, what else? Fruit. All right, when the fruit is beginning to wither, it withers. Or when it begins to die, it withers. All right, so the same thing is taking place in the earth. The earth, the scripture speaks about how the earth is coming into the age, is coming into its fullness. All right, and this is gonna all right, this is the signs that were mentioned. All right, um, in the scriptures, man. All right, and it's showing forth that we are at the end, man, at the end of this place. Okay, and I want to get let's see, have it end. Uh, I was looking for that verse. I forget where it was at. So maybe I'll find it, maybe I won't. Uh, speaking about Esau Edom's kingdom, the it has an end, man. All right, it has an expiration date. All right, and we're coming into the end of his society, his kingdom. Okay, um, I need to find this verse. All right, but either way, man, something big is about to take place. Something big is about to happen. It's like them bugs, man. Hold on, man. All right, yeah, man. But something big is about to take place. All right, and hey, we're looking and watching. Okay, as the scripture commanded us to do. Right. Um, Let me say, watch therefore. Right. Mark 13:35. It says, "Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at eve or at midnight or at the cockcrowing of the morning, lest coming suddenly he finds you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. So the Lord commanded us, all right, to watch for the signs of the times. All right, and the signs of the times are being made manifest, man. All right. Um, Habakkuk 2:1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I will answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh, the Lord, answered unto me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables that he may run and readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Okay? And the prophecies of the Bible are speaking. All right. Whether these people, listen, whether they hear or forbear. All right. There's different things taking place in the earth, uproars of the people, earthquakes, floods, um, all kind of natural disasters, wars, rumors of wars. Okay. Not to mention the morality of the people is waxing worse and worse. Okay, and all these things are signs of what's to come. You know, and the Lord has sent forth His prophets to prophesy these things, to speak these things before they happen. And the prophets have been in the earth, really from the time I was in the 1960s up until now. All right, when basically, uh, during the 60s, the late 60s, the early 70s, none of these prophecies were really made manifest. All right, a lot of them have been fulfilled, but there are a bunch. All right, which you could argue that they haven't took place yet, or that's never going to happen. But now we're in the time where these things are taking place, and they can't be um argued, man. All right, and that's what the scripture said, that the Lord would give us a mouth, um, and a word that cannot be gainsaid. Okay, and that's what's taking place. The Lord is making good on His promise. All right, His words are true. Okay. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it will tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, it will not tarry. Okay? Let's get that game say. Slovakia. Alright. Luke 21, and I'm gonna start at 12. It says, but before all these they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to synagogues and into prisons, um, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Alright, and they're not building alligator Alcatraz and these other different prisons for no reason. Okay, there's a great persecution coming upon those that fear the Lord. All right, upon the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the Israelites of the Bible. All right, there's a great persecution taking place that is going to take place. Verse 13, it says, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. It says, settle it therefore in your heart not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Okay, and the Lord has put this testimony in our mouth. All right, He's given us tools like the internet, all right, to testify and to prophesy the things that He put in our mouths, man. All right, and though we are going to be persecuted, though we're hated by the world, okay, we're gonna, more hatred. Hatred is gonna grow. All right, because ultimately they're gonna blame us for the things that are taking place on the earth. But guess what? The Lord said you are not gonna be able to gainsay um or resist the things that are taking place, man. You're not gonna be able to flee the plagues that are coming upon the earth. You're not gonna be able to discount or discredit the prophets anymore, man. Okay, because the Lord is making good on His promise, man. All right. So I just wanted to do this quick lesson Hey, Lord willing, it was edifying and exhorting. I want to end off by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity. Shalom and Ababu Ball.